keep the focus on the U.S. inauguration. I'm joined now by our senior politics reporter, Ziyanda Ngcobo, who's going to give us the lowdown.
Yeah.
This day has come, the 20th of January. I can't believe we're actually here because a few months down the line, it was in November when we were talking about Trump possibly being escorted out of the White House.
Yes.
And as fate would have it, he's not necessarily being escorted out, but it has been an intransigent number of weeks for Americans as a result of this president. But I want us to begin with the inauguration, a ring of steel around the Capitol. Talk to us about why the deployment, and is it the first time that America is seeing this, and what do we make of the audience basically almost being non-existent? Could that be attributed to Trump?
Well, not necessarily. Of course, we know that what makes this inauguration unprecedented is the fact that it's taking place during a global pandemic. So there was always going to be heavy security to ensure that there's a tight and a controlled number of people who can actually attend the inauguration. But what is also unprecedented, of course, is the fact that Donald Trump will be leaving for Florida 8 a.m. American time and not actually, finally handing over the reins, as it were, to his successor, Joe Biden. That in of itself, it's unprecedented in the sense that ever since then, the country became a democracy. He'll be the fourth president to do so. But that the last time a president did not actually, attend the inauguration of their successor, that was Andrew Johnson in 1868.
Yeah,
so
but you're saying that there have been, what, 4 instances of this kind?
There have been 3 previous instances, 3 previous presidents who didn't attend the inauguration of their successors. And so this is not particularly a new thing. However, this is the first time it's happened in literally over a century.
So you've done a bit of research on this, clearly. Donald Trump not being the first president not to attend his successor's inauguration.
Yeah.
Tell us the other instances, the 3 other events. Why did those presidents not attend? Was it as a result of acrimony or them not accepting the electoral outcome?
So I think what makes it unprecedented in Donald Trump's case is because he particularly is not accepting the results of a democratic election process, rather.
Yeah.
The previous presidents, it's John Adams, who was the 2nd president of the U.S., and then it was John Quincy Adams, who was the 6th president, and then the 17th president of the U.S., Andrew Johnson, he was also the first to be impeached in 1868, and we know then in the couple of weeks we're still going to be seeing this discussion around Donald Trump. Of course, now he's left,
yeah.
But there was that big debate over whether or not he should be impeached following that insurrection at Capitol Hill.
The important bit about that, people may be asking themselves, so why continue the impeachment process when this person is long gone? It would, I suppose, many people are saying that this is possibly being done in order to ensure that he never does contest another election
100%.
Because of what he has done to that country.
But also, Chloe, it's got to do with what has been described as a treasonous act on the part of Donald Trump by actually rallying his supporters, his extremist supporters at that, to actually storm the Capitol. And you began this discussion by speaking about the tumultuous time and intransigent time that Americans have faced over the last couple of weeks and months leading up to this particular moment. And what happened at the Capitol Hill is a demonstration of that. You'll remember Joe Biden was actually speaking about the fact that this is exactly what it means when they say that democracy is fragile.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what actually happened then on the 6th of January. So leading up to this moment where Donald Trump will be boarding a plane at 8 a.m. and not officially handing over the reins, that is significant and that is unprecedented.
Nor did Melania Trump, the First Lady, do the usual thing of showing the incoming First Lady around the White House, just basically taking her through the ropes. Incidentally, though, I think it was about, 2 days ago that she gave her farewell speech. In part of that speech, talking about how violence is not going to solve anything in society if you want anything solved. Isn't that ironic?
It is very ironic that they would be now saying that violence is not the solution to all the problems in society. And of course, then we know it's because Donald Trump, as he began to see that he was losing this election, he began then really stoking up his supporters in a violent manner. And incidentally, a short while ago, Xoli, the news broke that Steve Bannon is amongst the over 70 people who've been pardoned by Donald Trump in his last, presidential duties. And Steve Bannon was actually, crucial in the messaging. You'll remember that Steve Bannon, of course, was important in Donald Trump's 2016 election campaign. Then they fell out after Bannon actually insulted Trump's children. But in the last couple of months, we've seen then Bannon reaching out to Donald Trump, and we understand that he is part of the reason why then, when Donald Trump realized that he would possibly lose the election, that the language changed, that they began rallying their supporters, and that led up to that insurrection at Capitol Hill. And also, I mean, Biden is going to be standing on those very steps that saw then Donald Trump extremists storming the Capitol just 2 weeks ago. So security as well, the concerns around that, Biden, really saying that he's confident that nothing will happen rather. And it seems as though in terms of the security measures that have been put in place, it's much easier because there aren't large crowds in comparison to the large crowds we saw during President Obama's inauguration, for an example.
Yeah, well, at least the vice president, the outgoing vice president, will be in attendance, and the wife there giving an emotional speech as well. So, but thank you very much, Ziyanda Ngcobo, and we're going to continue this conversation, I think, at around 11.